Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl Michelle. If you clicked on this video, then why not subscribe? I promise you it's the vibe. If you rock with me, I rock with you, which means we locked in for life, and that's on period. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a tattoo tour for you guys. This video is highly requested, and today I finally got down to do it. Just consider it your lucky day because I really wasn't gonna do this, but I just recently got a new tattoo, so why not just tell them all the tattoos that I did get. So that's what we're gonna do in today's video. I'm gonna tell you guys all about the meanings. I'm going to talk about the pain as well as the pricing. So if you guys are excited to see all about my tattoos, then keep on watching. I'm pretty sure you guys want to know how many tattoos I have in total, and to be completely honest with you guys, I have no idea. I started getting tattoos at a very young age, which is going to roll over into my second question. I'm sure you guys probably want to know, when did I first start getting tattoos? I started fairly young. I believe my first tattoo was at the age of 16 with supervision. My mom actually took me to get it. So yeah, I started at the age of 16, and just say your girl's in her 30s now. What inspired me to get tattoos? I probably would have to say life. Everything that I've been through, whether it was good or bad, happy or sad, everything is all an experience. With that being said, we're gonna jump into the first one. I'm gonna try my best to go into chronological order for you guys, but I don't remember after I think like the third one. But my first tattoo that I got is butterflies on my stomach. This way before motherhood, okay? Stomach was snatched. Stomach still snatched. I got 5 butterfly tattoos. I don't remember where I saw the idea from, most likely Google, but I fell in love with it. Butterflies were my thing at the time. I knew that I wanted something that was cute and not too painful, but I wanted it to be something that people could see, and I wanted to show my belly off. I remember being 16, I was like, Mom, I really want a tattoo. Can I get a tattoo? And by the grace of God, my mom said yes. So your girl went and got her first tattoo. 5 tattoos on my stomach. I didn't really have a meaning behind it. Now looking at it, butterflies show metamorphosis. It shows transformation and transitioning into something beautiful. It shows growth. That's probably what I was trying to express at the time, because I was, you know, transitioning into a young woman. I was trying to find myself at that time. That's how I can look at my tattoo now. Unfortunately, it has faded because I have been through childbirth 3 times, but it's always going to be something that I love. The colors were beautiful when I first got it. Honestly, the pain level wasn't too unbearable. The first butterfly was really painful because it was kind of like on my pelvic. I'm very thin. I don't have that much meat. So for the most part, if I could rate it from a 1 to 10, I would say probably a 6. Even though it was my first tattoo, I have a high tolerance for pain. So like after you get through like the first 5 to 10 minutes, your body goes numb, and it's just like, okay. After is where you feel like the burning and the soreness, but that's short-lived, and then before you know, then you're on to the next tattoo. My second tattoo that I got is on my wrist. It says Peaches. It's actually one of my favorite tattoos. I don't really like how it looks because I went to an artist who wasn't that experienced at the time. It was kind of like a house call, but I got Peaches because my mom calls me Peaches. That's her nickname for me, so I love that because nobody else is allowed to say Peaches except for my mom. And so when I look at this, it always makes me think about my mom. Even though my mom's still here with me, it makes me feel special because only I have that nickname and only my mom calls me that. This one didn't really hurt too bad. Honestly, you know where the bones are on the outside of my wrist, that's where I felt a little bit of pain. It took about like, I want to say like 30 minutes, easy peasy. I think for this tattoo I paid $40 or something like that. I forgot to mention my butterfly tattoos. I think it was about, back then, I think my mom paid about $60. So my third tattoo is kind of like on my forearm. It says Chachi. This tattoo means a lot to me because it symbolizes my cousin and I, our relationship, my first cousin. Most of you guys may know her. I had her on my couples channel at Eddie and Michelle, so make sure you guys subscribe over there. We're cousins, more like sisters. We grew up together. We did everything together. She's one of the most beautiful spirits you could ever meet. So kind, so generous, and just so pure. One day we just started calling each other Chachi, and then we just ran with it. I always wanted to make sure I had a piece of her on my body. She also has the same matching tattoo as well. This was $50. A scale level from 1 to 10, probably like a 5. Any type of words or any type of letters, it's not really that bad. The next tattoo that I got it on my lower back. I know a lot of people say the lower back tattoos is considered the tramp stamp. At that time, at that age, I didn't even care. I didn't know that's what it meant. I just wanted to be sexy, and I wanted to be able to show off my lower back tattoo. I decided that if I was gonna get a tramp stamp tattoo, I was gonna make it be something spiritual. I decided to get a tribal tattoo with a cross and then a rose. I just thought it was really pretty. Obviously it faded now because years went on, but when I first got it was beautiful. Very painful. It felt like my spine was coming apart, breaking. Very painful. I literally almost fainted. I was sweating. I was holding my breath. The worst thing you can do is hold your breath when you get a tattoo. Don't do that. But I got through it. The pain was 10 out of 10. Actually, it broke the scale, it was a 20. And I paid up $150 for it. I'm trying to go in chronological order. No, I'm off. Whatever. The next tattoo I got is behind my ears. I got some stars, colorful stars. I actually think I saw maybe a celebrity or somebody walking. I was inspired by somebody. I don't really remember who, but I really thought that it was cool to have stars going on the back of your ear. I got a lot of backlash on when I got these stars, only because people figured that because I got colorful stars that it meant that I was lesbian or whatever the case may be, and I had to let them know that just because I have rainbow color stars that you can't always judge a book by its cover. I just thought it was really cool. These little stars actually hurt, believe it or not. They're very small, they're very dainty, but yet the shading really hurt, especially behind your ear. You know, you have that bone right here, so it's gonna feel a little tender, but it was really quick. The tattoo artist was bomb. The colors popped and they stayed for a long time, but again, this is years now. I want to say probably over 12 years. So after a while, your tattoos will start to fade, and that's okay. I could go back and get it touched up, but for the most part, I'm fine with it. It looks so cute when my hair is up in a bun. It just brings out my feminine side, and it just looks really cool. I think the tattoo artist charged me between $45, $50. As you guys can see, your girl has a whole sleeve, actually partial sleeve. My sleeve is almost completed. I still have open areas where my elbow is, and you know, you can see a couple of spaces, which I'm going to eventually fill it all in. We're gonna start with this tattoo up here. This one is very meaningful to me. It is a angel. It has hearts going around it. There's a butterfly on top of it. This symbolizes my daughter. After becoming a mother, it was a very big deal for me. It was something new, something that I've never experienced. So the love that I felt for my daughter was unmatched, indescribable. It felt so fulfilled and so whole and complete with her. She has taught me so much about myself that I didn't know. She was my angel. That was a hard pregnancy for me. It was a struggle for me, but I knew that God had a plan for me and for her, and she literally came out as an angel. She gave me no trouble. She was one of the best babies. Never cried, never anything, and even till this day, as a preteen, she's still an angel. Added hearts around it because hearts symbolize love, and then of course the butterfly, which is growth, that for us to grow together. This was more of a bigger tattoo, so I think I paid about $125 for this. The pain level started to get more intense. I want to say it was like an 8.5 because it is bigger, more details, more shading and stuff like that, but I started to get used to the pain after a while. I'm all over the place because I really don't know the order. I'm capping now at this point. We're just gonna go with the flow because I don't remember the order. The next tattoo that I have is like my upper arm. What is this? Where the muscles was at. Y'all see these guns right here, okay? I love this tattoo right here because it symbolizes my love for my sister. Both have matching tattoos. So inside of it says, when sisters stand shoulder to shoulder, who stands a chance against us? We both picked this out together, and I just felt like that was such a strong statement that no matter what, nothing or no one can come in between the relationship that you have with your sister. And although my sister is older than me and I don't see her as much as I want to, this statement in itself is enough. Our bond and our connection will always be there, whether near or far. Whenever I see my sister, we have good laughs, and we always get to catch up on everything. Like, we get to vent and we get to talk about stuff that we missed over the last couple of weeks or months or whatever, but we do make time to text each other. Love this tattoo. This one hurt like hell. The inner part of your arm is sensitive as hell, so the pain scale for me for that, I want to say, was about a 9, a good 9. It did take quite some time, so I was like, come on now. So you don't want to rush the process, but I was like, can we hurry up? I think this tattoo was about 110, if I can remember. I don't know why that number stood in my head, but it's worth it. What I like about it is that sometimes when you get letters, they will blend together, they start to fade, and they start to run. Whenever you're getting any type of letters on your body, make sure that the tattoo artist gives you enough space in between each word so that your letters don't start to like combine, because then it just smudges and it looks totally bad. The next tattoo that I have is going on my shoulder, and it says love and loyalty. Those two words are really big for me. I believe in love and I believe in loyalty. Those two are really important. A lot of people don't understand, or they forget how important it is to love. They forget how to be loyal. I'm big on people saying that they're down for me and they really down for me. I'm big on people not backstabbing me, people having my back. Have my back when you're in front of me, and even when I'm not near you, you still have my back. I expect that type of loyalty. I expect that type of love. A lot of people forget how to love. People will say that they love you, but they don't know how to show it. I feel like love and loyalty is two things that I always want to live by and make sure that I'm always dishing that out. I'm always displaying that. This was really quick tattoo. It wasn't too painful. It was like a 5, if anything, really quick. I didn't really get a lot of detail on it, so it was really fast. And this was about, I think I paid $40 for this. The next tattoo I have on the side of me, kind of like on the side of my ribs, it says, just because you're living doesn't mean you're alive. I got this specific quote from Nicki Minaj in one of her songs. Just because you're living doesn't mean you're alive. And now that's really deep. Some people may not understand the meaning of it. Because you're living in the flesh and you're able to talk and you're able to walk and you're able to do everything doesn't mean you're actually living. Are you really happy? Are you really living your best life? Or are you just here because you have to be? When I heard her say that in her lyrics, I thought that was deep as hell, because a lot of times I felt like just because I was living, I'm not really alive. Most times I don't want to be here. Most times I want to be invisible, and I don't want to be here. I learned that I'm here for a reason. I have a purpose. I need to live every day like it's my last day. Just appreciating life. And a lot of people take that for granted. We don't appreciate life. Some people don't get that opportunity to wake up. And so the fact that you can wake up every day, we need to appreciate that, and we need to start living more. So I really like this one. So shout out to Nicki Minaj. This one I paid $65 for it, and it was a little uncomfortable because, you know, it's where your ribs are, but your girl's a G. I took it like a G. So this one is in a very different place, a very private place. I wish I could show you guys, but I can't. Give you a clue, it's on my cheeks. I'm gonna let y'all use your imagination. You can comment down below. Whoever comments the right answer or gets close to the right answer of what I have on my backside, I'm gonna cash out you something. So my next tattoo that I have is on my foot. I got a rosary with a cross dangling, kind of like an anklet sort of look. I thought it was so beautiful. I'm very spiritual, so I just felt like if I was gonna mark my body, I wanted to have some type of cross or something. It made me feel like it wasn't such a sin to mark my body. I just love the way the tattoo artist did this, but I'll be honest, I made a big mistake by, right after getting it done, I went into the pool. Rule number one, anytime you get any type of tattoos on your body, do not go swimming. Do not go in chlorine, because the ink is just gonna get pulled right out, and that's what happened. It's still beautiful, and I may go back and get it touched up. I'm lying. I'm not getting it touched up. That shit hurt like hell. Out of all of my tattoos, the foot tattoo, I was screaming for Jesus. It was so painful. It literally felt like fire was on my foot. Like my foot was just breaking apart. The burning sensation was unbearable. I wanted to opt out. I wanted to quit. I was tapping out literally, and he was just like, we gotta finish this. It took like 2 hours. I was sweating. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I was just like, I don't want this, please stop. The pain level was 10 out of 10. I paid $100 for this. Yeah, I think I paid $100. That was one of my most painful tattoos. My foot was swollen for like 3-4 days. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't walk. My foot swelled up like elephantitis. It just was a whole hot mess, but it does look cute when you wear your sandals or when you're on the beach, especially if you got pretty toes. If your toes is pretty, I highly suggest you get a foot tattoo. My least favorite tattoo right here on my chest. I wish that I could get it removed. I probably will, but this was a big lesson learned for me. This is a cover up. I'm not gonna explain what it is underneath it, but just know that I was going through a stage. I was trying to figure out myself, thought that I was in love. I was young, immature, and I had a lot to learn. This tattoo taught me a lot about myself. At that moment, I just wanted it off of me. I wanted to forget about the memories. I wanted to forget about the experience, and so I had to get it covered. And so I decided to put a black rose, because at that moment, at that time, at that place, I was cold, and I didn't want a red rose because red symbolized love. Black, for me, I was black-hearted. I was cold-hearted, and that's just what it is. I'm not gonna say too much about it. People's did it for me for free, off the rip, pro bono. I didn't feel anything because I was already numb to the situation. Moving on. Now we're gonna work back over here. The next tattoo I got is symbolizing my second daughter. Her name is Mia, my second princess. At that time, I wanted to do something that symbolized her being like the baby sister at the time, and she still was fairly young. So I thought of a creative idea of, you know, putting her name inside of these cool blocks. Super, super cute. I don't know where I saw it from. I think I saw it on Google or something like that. And I thought it was perfect to symbolize my Mia. At the time, Mia was a baby and Lyric was the oldest. So I wanted her to know that, you know, she's the baby sister. She's a younger sister. So this tattoo was super painless, really quick. Pain level was, I want to say like a 4. Only part that really kind of hurt was the shading of around the blocks. I paid $75. $75 or $85 for this tattoo. See, I'm totally not even in order. So now I'm back over here to my sleeve. Another big piece that I got. It's a dream catcher with orchids. I actually added a tribal to go with it. And then there's a feather that goes with the dream catcher. The dream catcher is, obviously you guys know what a dream catcher is. It brings good luck in your room, wherever you are. It stops you from having like any bad dreams. And so I love orchid flowers, love the way an orchid flower looks, and the detail on this was fire. This tattoo artist was really bomb, and he knew what he was doing. Shading is the most uncomfortable part for me. If you get tattoos, you can relate. The shading hurts like a mother. Tattoo took quite a bit. It took about an hour and a half. If I can scale it, I would say it was like a 7 or 8. I paid, I think, $200 for this. Around my first tattoo that I got, I just actually added a little bit of shading, a little more of like a tribal to go around it just to make it pop more. This one was like, it was really quick. It was $50. The tattoo artist was bomb. The paint scale was like, it was like a 6. I added this in hopes to start my sleeve because, you know, you want to like start somewhere and then you just want to tell a whole story. But when I first started, I was just putting stuff on my arms. Luckily, the tattoo artist was good enough to make everything, you know, proportion everything right to make it tell a story. I'm not done with this yet, and I'm hoping that as the months go on, I'll be able to actually fill, you know, the rest of my arm. Next tattoo is on my shoulder, my right shoulder. You guys already know who that is. If you don't know, that is a picture of my mother. Yes, my mother is still living. She is with me. She's my best friend. I love my mother so much. I can't even put into words how much I love my mom. If you guys knew the backstory behind it, maybe you would understand a little bit more, maybe you wouldn't. But I got this tattoo because at that time my mom was going through a lot of stuff in her life. Like most of us, she struggled and she just was going through a lot of stuff, and I wanted to show her how much I loved her, and that no matter who disappointed her or no matter who turned their back on her or who judged her, I was always going to be her ride or die. It's crazy because we and her have been through the most challenging situations together, but my love for her is undying. So I decided that I wanted to get that tattoo of her. I found this picture of her that I thought she looked so beautiful in, and I took it to the artist and I was like, I need you to copy this, make this a duplicate and make it look just like my mom, down to her baby hairs, her lips, her curls, everything. So underneath it, I put ride or die because that's what we always say, ride or die for life, which means no matter what, I got your back. So that's basically it. That was the most painful tattoo. I almost fainted. It took 3 hours, 3.5 hours to do. I paid $350 and the pain scale was a 10 out of 10. The next tattoo I have is on the back of my neck. It's just a simple rose, nothing too big. I wanted something on the back of my neck. Once I got the stars, I was like, okay, I want to get something else. I wasn't really inspired by anybody. I just thought that roses were really pretty, and I felt like I wanted something dainty and feminine to go on the back of my neck. It was really quick. It was painless, probably like a 3 or 4. I think I paid like $35 or $40 for it because I was really cool with the tattoo artist. Next tattoo that I got is on my hand, and I really don't like the appearance of it. You can tell I like roses, I like flowers, so I wanted something that was elegant on my hand. I didn't realize that the way he did it was just in a weird, awkward position. I kind of wanted it to be a thinner, delicate flower, but it is what it is. I just think hand tattoos are really nice. You do want to be careful with any hand tattoos. Again, they will smudge. They don't really take. Finger tattoos kind of smudge a lot. It's like right in between my thumb and my pointer. But it's cool, like if you're shaking somebody's hand, you know. And I probably will attach it with the rest of my sleeve to make it look a little better. This one, I paid $40 for it. Pain scale was literally nothing. It was painless. It didn't hurt at all. Next tattoo that I got is on the side of my hand. It's in Roman numerals and it says 4/17/12. This is the date that Eddie and I got together. We decided that we wanted to become one. As you guys know, we have been rocking together for many, many years now. So I love this tattoo. I'll never change it, even if we're not together, because we have shared a lot of memories, a lot of time, a lot of work, and we share beautiful children. So he actually has the same exact tattoo as well. This was so painless, very, very quick, very, very easy. And I think we paid like $40 for this. Moving along, I have another tattoo, my wrist. It says rest of our lives. This is another matching tattoo that Eddie and I got when we were, I believe we were engaged. He has every day for the, and I have rest of our lives. So I thought that was cool. So whenever we put our arms together, it was like a reminder to us that every day for the rest of our lives, we would be with each other. This is what keeps us bonded and keeps our connection no matter what. We're always gonna be friends at the end of the day. I have actually another tattoo of Eddie on the back of my neck as well. At the bottom of my neck, I have a tattoo that says E Ward. Now, you guys are probably like, well, where's the E-D-W-A-R-D, Edward? But when I met him, he went by the name E Ward. I actually surprised him with this tattoo to show him that I was in it, because he had gotten my name fairly quickly in the relationship. And I know some people say it's silly to do that, but at that time and at that moment, I was for sure about him. And when I thought about him, I felt good feelings. So it didn't matter what anybody said or anybody thought is what I wanted to do. Pain level was nothing. I'm gonna say I paid $75 for it. Moving along is my portrait tattoo right here. This is a portrait tattoo of my son, last child. A lot of you probably are wondering why I didn't get Lyric and Mia's face, but at that time I wasn't really into tattoos like that. I didn't even know about portrait tattoos. I didn't even know you can get that. But this one is big for me because having a son was a big deal for me, because I've never been used to having male figures, fathers, uncles, maybe my cousins, but no male inspirational figure in my life where I had to show any type of affection or received any type of affection from a male. So when I had my son, not only did it teach me how to give love, so made it easier for me to receive love, because my son is so affectionate. My son showed me really how to love a male, that it's okay to love a male, and I feel like he will probably be the only male that I'll actually really love unconditionally. His love is the purest. He's my everything, and I learned a lot from him. I learned to let go, and I learned that it's okay to show affection to a male. We both help each other. I was afraid that I wasn't gonna know how to reciprocate that love, but it's inevitable. When children teach you so much, they build you, they mold you, and so this means a lot to me. This is my baby boy, my only son, my last child, and this was a hard pregnancy for me. So a mother's love to her son and a son's love for his mother, you can't compare it. If you're a boy mom, then you can totally understand. This one, I almost passed out. I felt really sick afterwards, like kind of like flu-like symptoms. I don't know why, maybe because it was so long. It was like 4 hours. Tattoo artist went really deep, and I just started to get dizzy. It was so uncomfortable. I'm done with the portrait tattoos. Now we're moving on to the legs. I don't really have a lot of leg tattoos. I actually want to get one on my calf, but I need my calf muscles to get up a little more. But I have this one on my right thigh. I got some leopard prints. The ones that inspired me were on Google, but I thought it was really sexy. At the time, my legs were really thick and plump, so I really thought it was cute in the summertime wearing my little coochie cutter shorts or whatever the case. It's just really made me feel sexy. It still looks really good. The color still stayed in. This hurt like a bi, okay? This was really, really painful. It took about 2 hours to get it. I paid about $120. I think we're getting to the end. This is my most latest tattoos that I got on the side of my neck. 4 Japanese letters that symbolize never giving up. It's pretty much self-explanatory. I've been through the ringer. I've been through a lot of things in my life. Most times I didn't think I was gonna be able to push through. I wanted to give up, but I didn't give up. And so I feel like never giving up to me is a motivational message every day, that no matter what is thrown at me, no matter what I go through, I can never give up. I wanted to add a little bit more to it because I felt like there was more to me. There was more to that saying. So I added 4 more Japanese symbols that say love yourself first. That's something that I had to learn, and I'm still learning each day, to love myself first before anybody else, before anything else. Be kind to me, be good to me. Take care of me. If you're not good to yourself, you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be good to anybody else. All right, guys, so this pretty much wraps up my tattoo tour. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to turn your post notifications on. Make sure to follow me on my social medias, and don't forget to subscribe to my couples channel. All of that will be down in the description below. With that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.